Once upon a time.
There's a moment almost every man remembers, not because it changed his life overnight, but because it changed the way he understood women forever. It usually happens in silence, not in a nightclub, not in some dramatic movie scene, not because of a perfect pickup line from the internet. It happens in the middle of an ordinary conversation. You're sitting across from a woman everyone notices the second she walks into a room. Confident, composed, beautiful in the way that makes people perform around her. And that's exactly what most men do, perform. They speak louder than necessary, try too hard to sound intelligent, name drop achievements nobody asked about, pretend to be emotionally untouchable because they think mystery creates attraction. But here's the truth no one says out loud. Women can sense desperation long before men realize they're showing it. Not desperation for sex, that part is obvious. Desperation for validation, for approval, for significance. And the strange thing is, the harder a man tries to impress her, the more invisible he becomes. Because she has seen that performance her entire life. Then something different happens. The conversation slows down. There's a pause. She reaches for her glass, looks away for half a second, and for the first time all evening, you don't rush to fill the silence. You simply watch her, calmly, like you're not afraid of the quiet. And then you say, "You seem like someone who's exhausted by surface-level people." That's it. No rehearsed charm, no exaggerated confidence, no manipulation disguised as masculinity. Just one sentence. But something changes in her expression immediately. Because most men react to a woman's appearance. Very few react to her emotional atmosphere. And women remember the rare ones. That's the part modern dating culture completely misunderstands. Attraction is not created by pretending not to care. It's created when someone makes another person feel psychologically seen. Not exposed, not analyzed, seen. There's a difference. And women are extremely sensitive to it. That's why the men who leave the deepest impression are rarely the loudest ones in the room. Usually, they're the calmest. The men who don't speak like they're applying for approval. The men who don't panic during silence. The men who don't immediately start chasing the second they feel chemistry. Because the truth is brutal. Most men destroy attraction the moment they become afraid of losing it. They text too much, push too hard, over-explain themselves, need reassurance every 5 minutes. And suddenly, the same man who felt intriguing starts feeling emotionally hungry. Women notice that shift instantly. Not because they want cold men, but because emotional steadiness feels rare now, especially in a world where everyone is trying to be desired by everyone. And maybe that's the real reason certain conversations become unforgettable. Not because of flirting, not because of perfect words, but because for a brief moment, someone felt understood without having to perform. That feeling is dangerously addictive, which is why women often forget the men who tried hardest to impress them, but remember the man who made them feel strangely calm while talking to him. The man who didn't dominate the room, yet somehow controlled the emotional temperature of it. And the terrifying part? Most men will spend years improving their appearance, status, money, and social skills, without ever realizing this. People don't fall deeply for perfection. They fall for emotional impact, for presence, for the rare feeling that someone entered their mind quietly and stayed there long after the conversation ended. That's why some men are attractive for a moment, and others become impossible to forget.